Hey everyone, good morning. It's Mark Weens with migrationology.com and eatingthaifood.com in Bangkok, Thailand. We just took the BTS from Phrom Phong to Victory Monument and we are here. We're gonna start off eating here and then from here we're gonna take a bus and go to a place called Koh Kret, which is an island in the middle of the Chao Phraya River. And then after that we may go to eat at one of my favorite restaurants in Bangkok. That's the plan for now, but before we do anything, Victory Monument, boat noodles. Victory Monument is one of the major transportation hubs in Bangkok, and so it's a giant roundabout. There are buses and minivans where you can really get to anywhere in the city from Victory Monument. But right below me is what's known as Boat Noodle Alley. It is an alley with a couple of different boat noodle restaurants underneath those tents and next to the canal. And I used to live around this area, and so I used to go to Boat Noodle Alley very frequently. But I actually prefer the boat noodles, about a 5-minute walk on the other side of the monument. So that's where we're going right now to eat boat noodles. If you get right off of the BTS station at Victory Monument, looking at the roundabout, you go on the road to your left-hand side, you walk down for a little ways and then make a right on Soei 18. So I'm walking down Soei 18 now, about to pass a temple, and you get into this really kind of peaceful neighborhood. Yeah, nice and quiet back here. You wouldn't believe that Victory Monument is so close. And then the boat, you gotta walk all the way around to the other side of the temple, and then the boat noodle restaurant is over there. This place is called Doy Kuay Teow Reua, and they serve boat noodles. Boat noodles are one of the most popular and most beloved noodle dishes of all the noodle dishes in Bangkok. So people really enjoy them, and there are many restaurants throughout Bangkok. I really like this place because today it's kind of loud because they're having an event at the temple, but usually it's really nice and quiet, yet it's a huge restaurant. And so they have this indoor section, open air indoor section with a covering, but then they also have some tables set up under tents over there. If you come at lunchtime, this place is usually packed out, and yeah, they serve really good boat noodles. At boat noodle restaurants like this, the noodles are characteristically served in just small little bowls, and you can see all that ledge space. That's typically because, historically they were served out of boats, as Bangkok has a lot of canals, and so vendors would sell them out of boats, and then you can see like rocking in a canal, you wouldn't lose that soup. So that's why they're typically served in very small bowls like this, and that kind of makes it fun to eat, so then you just eat a bunch of bowls. And you can see that broth. Actually, the broth is, they put a little bit of pork blood in the broth before they put in the hot soup, and the blood immediately curdles up to create a rich and really flavorful broth. And that's the secret of why boat noodles are so good. Even with no seasoning, that is a very good bowl of boat noodles. It's rich and flavorful. It is a little bit sour already and a little bit spicy, but definitely the joy of eating boat noodles is adding even more seasoning. About a scoop of vinegar, and hit that with some chili as well, some prick bone dry chili flakes. Beautiful, and that is good to go. Give this a little stir around. There's some pork in here, there are meatballs, and there's morning glory. That is tasty. I love it with that extra vinegar and that extra chili. And another good way to eat boat noodles is to put it into your spoon. Oh, how about that meatball as well? And then you can grab some juice, some soup with it, and that way you got it all in one bite. That's so flavorful. Okay, for my next bowl, I got bami, which are egg noodles, and I'm gonna season it again. Dry chili flakes, and then then this time I'm gonna add another very popular seasoning that many people love to add to their boat noodles. In Thai, this is called khap mu, and it is deep fried pork skin. And so many people love to crumple some of these up onto their bowls of boat noodles, giving it some extra crunch and yeah, just crunchy goodness. Open up this bag. Oh, those are staples. Don't be sure not to get those staples into your food. And what you can do is you can just take a couple. Oh, that crunch. And just break them up into there. All right, I'm ready for my next bowl. And you can actually hear the pork skin crackling as it hits that soup, that water liquid. Okay, pork skin, noodles. Same flavor, but egg noodles this time, and with that additional crunch from the pork skin. This place is also very well known for their khanom thuay, which are, these are little bowls with like coconut pandan custard in it, and they are steamed, I believe. And then yeah, this is a sweet snack they're well known for. They leave this snack on every table, and they try to tempt you into ordering it. And actually, I'm not huge on sweets, but Ying enjoys it, so I'm just gonna taste it now. And should have 2 layers. Yeah, you can see those 2 layers. The top is the coconut custardy cream, and then the bottom is, I believe it is pandan custard. Oh, that's pretty good. The coconut cream on top is really, really creamy, and it's a little bit salty to contrast the bottom, which is maybe a little more sweet and just has that slight pandan fragrance, which is kind of like a cross between vanilla and caramel, something like that. Boat noodles there are always delicious, and I love the atmosphere right in Bangkok, but it's in kind of a quiet area. Well, actually today they had an event at the temple, so I hope you could hear me speaking. But yeah, nice trees back here, good boat noodles. We're walking back to Victory Monument now. From there, we're gonna catch a bus and go to Pak Kret. We got onto the bus. This is number 166. From here, this should take about 30 minutes. We're gonna go to Pak Kret, and then we're gonna from there, we're gonna take a ferry to the island called Koh Kret. And during the weekend, they have a weekend market on the island. The bus ride from Victory Monument took about 45 minutes. We got off at Pak Kret, almost at the end, yeah, to the end of the bus station where it turns around. And then we jumped on motorbikes. There's a Tesco, and you want to go down that road right by Tesco. We decided to jump on motorbikes to save time, and they just drive you to the end here. And now we're gonna take the boat across to Koh Kret Island. We made it to Koh Kret Island, and I had to escape the music that they are blasting over there in the market area, so it's a bit quieter over here. And I'm standing right at the Bent Stupa, which is a famous landmark on this island. Koh Kret is a man-made island that was formed when they tried to reroute the Chao Phraya River. And actually, technically, we're not in Bangkok anymore. This is in Nonthaburi. So we're a little bit outside of Bangkok, but we never really left city to get here. This island is usually very sleepy during the entire week, but then on the weekends it just comes alive with a weekend market, and so many people from Bangkok come to visit. There are many different shops and just a kind of a Thai leisure market, lots of snacks, and there's some unique things to eat at this market as well. And it's also very known for pottery and also for its Mon community. So it's a good place to come, kind of feels like you're in the countryside outside of Bangkok. and some unique things to try and a good place to just walk around. Probably one of the most popular snacks that just about everyone who comes to this market tries is called Doy Kuay Teow, which are deep fried flowers. And you won't find this combination or all these flowers anywhere else in Bangkok except for here. So it's kind of a unique thing that many people come to eat. They are lightly battered and then deep fried to a crisp. There are some leaves down here. There are some veggies, and then this one I know is called jungle flame flour. And then after you order it, they drizzle on a little bit of sauce, which is probably a little bit sweet and salty, and then it's like a crunchy snack. So I will try the jungle flame flour first. That tastes about just like everything that would be deep fried in a batter. You can't even really tell it's a flour, but it is nice and crispy, nice and salty, and has a little bit of that sauce is just a little sweet and sour. That tastes almost exactly the same as the last one. And now for a leaf. That's like a cracker leaf is what that is. We're now walking through the main alley of Koh Kret, the market, and there are lots of kind of souvenir shops. There are pottery shops and mostly kind of Thai touristy shops, but then there are snacks filled in, and there are little restaurants where you can sit down. There are cafes, so it kind of just has a leisure and a pleasant feel to it. Saw the ice cream man and ordered some ice cream. He scooped it into a little cup, and you can choose your toppings. There are a few different toppings. We just got roasted peanuts on top. And this is coconut ice cream, and yeah, should be fresh coconut with roasted peanuts on top. Gotta have the peanuts. It tastes almost like vanilla ice cream with a little bit of a coconut flavor, and then love the roasted peanuts on there. Stopping for a quick iced coffee at kind of a Western Wild West style little spot right on the lane in Koh Kret, and it feels good to sit down for a little bit, cool off. I need an iced coffee. We didn't spend too long at the market, but we did go clear to the other side and then come back to where we started. You could spend longer, and you can also rent a bicycle on Koh Kret and bike around the island and stop at various villages, but we didn't have too much time there, and we decided to come back to the other side. We're gonna catch a taxi now and go to eat at one of my favorite restaurants in Bangkok. We are on our way to Rotfai Samsen, which is Samsen train station. We made it to the restaurant. This place is called Soei, and it is one of my ultimate favorite restaurants in Bangkok. The chef is legendary. The food is mind-blowingly delicious, and I made a full video about this restaurant a while back, which I will link to in the description box below. But today we ordered some different dishes that I didn't show in the last video, and I'm drooling in anticipation for this food right now. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention this restaurant is right next to the railroad track. We got a table with front row seats, and so every now and then a train will come barreling past. Makes for a very awesome atmosphere along with delicious food. One of their signature snacks here, in Thai it's called Keng and they are mackerel heads, deep fried and fried with garlic and then served with sauce. And so they're like crispy mackerel heads, and you have to call ahead and order them in the morning, like at about 11 a.m. and reserve a plate, because they only have a certain amount of plates per day. So if you want to order this, you can't just walk in and order. You gotta call ahead to reserve it, and we made sure to reserve our plate today. And you can see these are just the entire little mackerel heads, deep fried to a crisp, and then that is little pieces of garlic on top. I will quickly dip it. Oh, he fell in. Oh, I used his mouth to scoop up some chilies. Maybe, oh, that's awesome. Okay. Those are brilliant. They're so crispy, just all the way through. You can taste that garlic, and they're like, yeah, they're like fish head chips. Just brilliant. This dish is called keng pa pla, and it is jungle curry with fish, and this is a beautifully spicious dish. There are fillets of fish in here. There are pea eggplants, there's pumpkin, there's long beans, there's a bunch of eggplant floating on top, and it's all in this really aromatic broth, and there are herbs in here. Let me take some of this and put it onto my rice. Oh, and there's finger root in there as well. There's bitter melon as well. Oh, okay. Put that onto my rice, and let me grab a bit more of that. Oh, and there are chopped chilies in here. This is a spicy dish. That's marvelous. Oh, I absolutely love the flavor of jungle curry, and he makes it so good. And if you stir it up on the bottom, you get more chilies and all that finger root and spices down there. It's so earthy tasting. It's salty. You can taste that bitter melon, and all those vegetables are just lightly cooked, so they remain fresh. We ordered a dish that I've never tried so far here at Soei, and it just arrived, called bunim panpongari, which is soft shell crab in a yellow egg Thai curry, and it just arrived. I think this is probably the most beautiful version that I've ever seen in my life. And I know I say that a lot, but this is really true. Just look. Oh my goodness, that is unbelievable. Sometimes it's like very yellow and light in color, but just look at that orangey, dark yellow color. You can see all of those diced up chilies in there. There are green onions, and then over here is the soft shell crab, and that is looking incredible. And I can smell the aroma of the chili powder coming off that. Let me try to take, oh yeah, that's a piece of soft shell crab, and let me get as much of those chilies on there as possible in one bite. And I'm not even gonna go for rice on this first bite. Oh man. Oh, I'm speechless. Oh, that is amazing. That is truly a stunning dish. The yellow curry powder is really flavorful, and then it is very rich, but it doesn't seem oily like it sometimes can be. Then the soft shell crab, you just chew right through those shells. Just has a little bit of a crunch to it, and then with all those fresh diced up chilies in there, you can also really taste the green onions in there. That is magnificent. Oh, look at that piece. Oh, and also what I really love about it is it's not sweet at all. Sometimes pad pongari can be a little bit on the sweet side, but this is really not sweet at all. Yeah, this is, yep. That is absolutely a stunning dish. Another dish that I have to order every time I come to Soei is the yam kai dao, which is the fried egg salad. They make the absolute best fried egg salad of anywhere I've ever been. And you can see these are 2 eggs just deep fried perfectly. So they are just have that golden, crispy, bubbly outside layer. And then inside they should be runny. The yolks should be runny. And then topped with a bunch of diced up chilies and shallots, and then a dressing of soy sauce and some, oh no, the egg yolk, yes. Oh, and garlic on there too, I forgot about that. I accidentally just brushed my fork on the top of that egg, and some of the yolk already erupted, but I'm about to break into this yolk. This is about to be one of the most beautiful things ever. Oh, look at that pool of yolk. Okay. And I will let it flow onto the plate, because I will lick the plate clean. Okay. Oh man, this is, oh, you cannot come here and not eat this. It is, okay, and make sure you got a bite. Look, just look at that yolk.
that gives me like tears of happiness. It's so wonderful. The yolk is so ridiculously creamy and saucy and runny. And then the outside, yeah, it has that like bubbly crispiness to it. And then you get that piece of raw garlic in there, the raw chilies, the dressing is like soy sauce and maybe a little bit of lime juice to make it just a hint of sourness. But all of those flavors combined. Oh, and there's black pepper on there as well. It's so good. You will never be able to eat fried eggs the same again after eating this. Before doing anything else, I need one more bite of that. And just the yolk starts to like mix with that soy sauce dressing, the chilies, the raw garlic. It's actually unexplainably good. Taking a quick break while eating, they just brought us over what they call like otung or something like that. And this is one of their signature drinks / desserts. And I love how it's in a beer glass. And then it's a bunch of crushed ice and milk. And then in the center is mangrak, I believe, which are basil seeds. On the bottom is some kind of chao kuay teow, no? I'm not sure what the bottom is, but this is actually one of Ying's favorite things at Soei. You gotta mix it, Ying? And what you gotta do is you gotta fully mix it up and get all that mixed together. It's kind of like a root beer float, except not at all. Okay, that's looking pretty mixed. I think that might be good to go. Okay, that is pretty good. It's like creamy sweet milk with iciness in it, and then you get those little basil seeds, which are very similar to chia seeds. And then I'm not sure what the black stuff is, but it's very refreshing. Ying and I sat here in almost complete silence, apart from a few moans and groans and delicious faces in between bites. Food was incredibly delicious, and this reaffirms that it is one of my ultimate favorite restaurants in Bangkok. It literally is like in its own level of food. It's so good, and the chef and owner Soei, he is really one of my ultimate heroes in food. The food is brilliant and I love it. But just keep in mind that the food here is very spicy, and that's how it's prepared. So you definitely have to enjoy spicy food to come here, and it will, I can almost guarantee you'll be making the delicious face and nearly falling out of your chair from the flavors that come out of that kitchen. We just jumped into a taxi. I'm so happy right now after that meal. We are on our way now to Ratchadamnoen Stadium to watch a Muay Thai fight. And this will be my first time. Yeah, I've never done it in all my years living in Thailand, and so this is exciting for me. We've decided to go to Ratchadamnoen, which is right in the center of the city near Dusit, and kind of not too far from Khao San, Bang Lampu area as well. And it is one of the oldest, maybe the oldest Thai boxing stadium in Bangkok, and that's where we're heading now. They have 3 different ticket prices for foreigners, 1,000 baht at the top, and then 1,500 baht in the middle, and then ringside is 2,000 baht. We decided to go for the middle and just got my ticket, so we have a couple minutes now until they start. The fight. But part of the interesting thing about Muay Thai is the ceremony that goes with it. So before every fight, around the ring and perform a number of different ceremonies. And so that's part of the interesting thing. And then after that they fight. And yeah, I think we're on our 4th fight now. It's not a huge crowd, but they are pretty lively when there's a good fight at least. Wait, I want to see this.
just finished with the Muay Thai fights, my first official Muay Thai fights. I have to say it was quite exciting. So that's going to be it for today. It has been another fantastic day in Bangkok. Soei was the highlight for me. That was insanely good food. We're going to head back to the hotel from here. So thank you all very much for watching this video. And also I forgot to mention that I'm going to be creating a full free ebook about everything we've done in this entire Bangkok series, which you can download. I'll leave the link in the description box. Grab that for free and I'll list everything we did and where we stayed throughout this trip. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and also leave a comment below, and I will see you tomorrow for the next video.